were kind of pushed in that.
100%. That scared the crap out of me, honestly.
I don't think I made those decisions.
And then all of a sudden I'm out on a job site actually sweating every day. And it's like,
Yeah, it
I
sucks.
kind of want to like a work-life balance.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the first official Stoll-N-Time Podcast. I had a couple ideas for the name of the podcast. It was either going to be Stoll-N-Time or it's going to be Stolen Convos. I think Stoll-N-Time works a little bit better as far as like catching on to the whole stolen thing, which is something that my brother actually started, and he's going to be our first guest today. So we'll talk to him a little bit about that once he gets here. But this is how it is currently set up. If you've been watching my YouTube channel and you've seen all of the different videos that I've made as I've unboxed this stuff and moved this room around, I've also used AI and advice from not only my brother, but one of my friends as well on how to set up this room the best. I think this is currently the best option. I do have another piece of the couch that can go here if we have more guests, but for today's episode, it's just going to be me and my brother, and he should be here shortly, but I am going to be posting these podcasts as much as possible on its own channel. The first couple will also be on my main channel, which is Stolen Crew. If you're coming across this podcast randomly somehow and you want to check out what we do a lot of snow removal, construction, truck stuff, really a whole different sort of things, but mostly related to those. And I post every day, Monday through Friday. So there's tons of content on my channel. But anyway, this is the official podcast setup. I'm sure over time it'll change a little bit, but I will catch back up with you guys when my brother's here. Welcome to the pod. Wait, let's let the applause stop for a second.
Yeah, standing ovation.
Yeah, Chris, welcome. Oh, I'm a bad podcaster. We gotta hit record on these.
It's your first time.
Make sure we get all of the angles for you guys. Chris, welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
Have
for
you ever
having
done
me.
a podcast?
This will be my first.
Yeah,
I don't even show up on YouTube that often.
You've been on a couple of my videos.
I know.
Actually, you've been on quite a few of my videos over the time, mostly golf related, snow removal stuff. I
prefer the golf ones. Than
you're an
anything else.
ex-employee of CSB or George Stoll.
Yeah.
Both of those, you don't work for us at all anymore unless it's like dire need.
Yep.
Which you also still don't want to do in
No.
those scenarios.
No, it's always hey, we got to go in at 2 a.m. and you might get out by 5 p.m. the next day. But
The snow removal world is brutal.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
there's-
biggest pain is when you guys would call me and it would be like, hey, it's probably going to be a 12-hour storm and I'm
Yeah.
leaving 22 hours later. I'm like, this.
be in at this time,
Yeah.
don't know when you're going home.
Yeah, and then I would go to my truck and I'd have to sleep in a truck.
Yeah.
Because I would have to get in for 12 or something.
Go out, do a salt run.
Do a salt run, then get back to the lot, sit there
Just
until
hang out
4.
until it
and
snows.
what am I going to do from midnight to 4 a.m. besides sleep in a truck? But no, I'll do it if I need to.
Yeah.
It
If-
has to be
if
a
we
heavy
need
need.
you
Yeah.
to.
I'm going to question it.
You don't ever need to.
No, I don't want to. I don't ever need to, but if you guys say it, I'm going to probably go with there's nobody else, but I'll do it if I have to.
Yeah. So let's start in the beginning. In this episode, this is obviously my first episode. You know this. You're my brother.
Yep.
I want to start off with talking about the beginning of how I even got into the situation that I am, which really goes back to Dad, but that'll be its own episode when Dad is here, and you'll probably be here for that.
I'll be in the crowd watching.
Yeah, in the crowd. No, you'll have to sit down
I'll
for
be
a
in
little
the
bit at least.
audience.
But back in probably 2000 and probably before 2007, but 2007 is really when you graduated high school and
Yep.
life started
As-
maybe not, but
No, I was on a
life-
delayed start.
life kind of starts as an adult when you graduate high school, depending on which way you go in life. But you needed a job.
Yep.
At the end of the day, you need a job. You did have the first opportunity to go and work for Dad in both companies, but mostly it would be like construction because that's the full-time job, really. Snow removal
Yeah,
was
the
only
bread
a
and
couple
butter.
months. Yeah, well, we're doing construction year round.
Yeah.
We're not doing snow removal year round. You went to work for dad for at least one summer, maybe not a full summer.
Yeah, I did. So growing up until 2007, that's when I graduated high school. So that year is the first time that I was like in a George Stoll construction shirt, down at grandma and nan and pop's, and sleeping on their couch, going to work, and doing that for a 5-day period. You know,
the hour drive from where we live down to the shop was not happening.
Every day. You guys,
do it every day.
That's crazy.
Dad does it every day. Well, mostly days. He's been working out of his home office a lot recently, which is
awesome for him.
Yeah, super nice. And we've been doing a lot more work up north, which has been super nice for me as well.
Which would have been so much easier.
Yeah. It's a game changer.
We've talked about this before, but I was 18 years old, driving down to my nan and pop, sleeping on their couch, hanging out with them and leaving all my friends behind me. And that's the year you kind of want to let loose and just
you're done with high school. You can finally just do what you want.
And you're about to do there's some kind of mentality around it where that you have at most 4 years left of childish fun.
Yeah.
And here I am going to swing a hammer, and I'm not even swinging the hammer at that point. So before that, I would go to work with dad, when I was younger, and it was always grunt work. And it was always not even grunt work. It was the cleanup guy. I'm
the cleanup, the gopher.
The gopher. That's what I was. I was the gopher.
You're picking up garbage. You're making sure the job sites stay clean. And when there's something that's needed, you're going to get it.
And in my perspective, that's obviously me filling a spot that he didn't necessarily need me to fill. He's being generous by letting me do that work. But at the same time,
somebody needs to do it.
Well, and I want to, in my head, if I'm thinking I'm going to potentially do this in the long term, what I'm thinking in that moment is, I'm not learning what I need to learn to actually be able to do anything.
I'm not picking up garbage the rest of my life.
Yeah, I don't know how to frame anything at this point. I'm sitting there and they're all trying to be nice to me, right? Everybody's trying to not
in broken English.
Yeah, in broken back when I first started, it was barely any English. Yeah. It was awful.
It was Dad and Heather, the old secretary, were the only two
that spoke fluent
English. The rest of the guys are all Spanish speaking, and they still speak Spanish. I speak Spanish, luckily.
Significantly better now. When you see
their English.
Yeah, when you hang out with them, you can understand it. We've talked about this also when Dad had a Nextel's phone, and the Nextel would go off, and it would be just something.
The push to talks.
Yeah, it was but it would be something would come through on that, and he'd be in the car. And
nobody knows what's being said except for him.
It's literally not to be insulting, but it's hearing hieroglyphics in real life, because I don't speak Spanish yet. I speak maybe 7 words of Spanish. My dad doesn't speak Spanish. He still doesn't speak Spanish. He speaks very limited Spanish. And so it would come through in, I guess you would call it Spanglish.
Yeah.
It'd be mostly them trying to communicate to Dad, and nobody in the car can understand it. Dad knew exactly what they were saying. So even though he couldn't speak it, he could understand it, but I couldn't. So when I'm out there, working with them, it was very boring. It was extremely boring and isolating, kind of.
And it's Spanish music playing all day too that you also don't understand.
Yeah, more or less. I don't know. I definitely didn't understand anything.
Yeah.
So that was brutal as a kid. So it didn't put necessarily the best taste in my mouth. And I love what Dad does. He's provided us a great life so far. I mean, I'm past it, but I'm still getting residual benefits.
We've been super blessed.
Yeah, beyond.
Yeah.
And then when I went back in 2007, it was more of a labor. And it was going from, high school math class where I'm sitting joking around my boys, and then all of a sudden I'm out on a job site actually sweating every day. And it's I kind of want a work-life balance, but I had just work, and then I'd come home for 2 days.
Yeah.
And it got a little much.
When you graduate high school, you're like, oh, summer.
Yeah, exactly. You're looking forward to
let's go hang out.
something
Let's
fun.
go to the lake and swim. Let's go out at night. Let's do whatever.
Yeah, and you can't do anything.
Can't do any of that.
I'm in bed at 18 by 9 o'clock. I'm asleep. Yeah. So that was tough. And I was planning. So I went to school, and Dad had given me a nice kind of path. I was in architecture, as you know.
Yeah.
So I took architecture my first couple years of college, and even in high school for 2 years, I took CAD or architectural design or whatever it was.
Right.
So I was going down that path. So it made sense. It would be stupid of me not to try to get into the path that our parents have paved for us.
Yeah.
But
we were kind of pushed in that direction.
Not even pushed, just kind of like
I feel like I was pushed. Mom and dad will deny it.
well, it's
but
kind of like, there's a stream on the beach and they just move the sand out of the way, and like it was easier for us to go. This path is completely there.
It's a guaranteed job.
Yeah, exactly, and it's a guaranteed life too, because like as much as it's tied to the economy and you're kind of at the will of like if there's a pandemic, nobody's building like you guys saw.
Well, we couldn't even work.
Yeah, exactly. So like if you have things like that, it's a little tough, but with the reputation that dad has with his company, I feel like getting into it would not have it would take something catastrophic for either one of us to have taken over the company or gotten into the company and ruin that reputation.
Yeah, and it not work out.
Yeah. So it would have been a great path, but you know me, I'm not the guy that wants to be
You're
out
not
there.
a laborer.
I am, but I'm not. Like I'll do it.
Yeah.
Like I'll do it, but if I cannot, like you put me in an air conditioned room.
Yeah.
This is much more comfortable. Yeah, this is thanks for the
Start
AC.
a podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. But yeah, so that was definitely not for me. So 2000 and I think I did a year maybe with I did probably like 3 months tops. Right. And then I was
So when did you were going to did you go to college the first year out of high school?
Yeah, I went straight to Dutchess for architecture.
Okay.
Dutchess had like a 2-year architecture program.
Okay.
You get your whatever associates. It's not. I don't even know if it's.
So you worked the summer for dad, and then you're
Right.
like, I'm going to school.
Yeah, I didn't think I wasn't. I
don't think my first summer out of high school, I don't think I worked for dad. I don't know if I did. I don't remember when I was 17.
Probably not. You probably went to because you went to college.
I did go to college, and then I
came,
played soccer, so I went up early for the soccer season.
And you like me and you have totally different college paths. Like you were I'm in, I'm out.
I went to college for 1 semester, played soccer. The soccer season was over. It was in the middle of nowhere, Delhi, New York.
Yep.
And
one pizza place. That's
it. Yeah, there's a McDonald's, a pizza place, a grocery store.
Maybe a bowling alley.
No, not even. Maybe if you went to Oneana. There's a bar, but I was 17.
Yeah.
I was still 17 in college. I turned 18 in college.
Yeah.
So there was nothing to do as a kid. You were either going to
unless you hunted. If you hunted up there,
but there was like frat parties were pretty much the only thing to do, and that's not the biggest partier. Yeah. So, like, I went to a couple, but I wasn't doing that 2-3 nights a week. Maybe once a week, if that. But we also had the soccer season. So like,
how much can you do when you have to?
You can't go out partying and then be at practice at 8 a.m. the next day or a game or whatever. So it kind of like limited my life. And then once the soccer season was over, I hated it.
Yeah, I was the opposite. I was If this degree didn't work out,
how many semesters of college do you have under your belt?
Oh, I have. I don't know. I probably if you connected all of the credits counted towards something, I probably have 3 degrees and stuff. Yeah, I did. I think I did a total of. It was from start to end, just under 8 years of college total.
You and Shannon might be tied.
She's got a lot more letters after her name than I got. I did architecture first. Then I got. Honestly, I loved architecture. Like transparently, I love designing houses, and it's a fun path. But I got one teacher that was introductory to like building materials or something like that, and or composites, and it was a 3-hour lecture, 2 days a week, and the teacher was so monotone, and we had one.
Got boring.
Dude, it was one seminar on cement, like the different types of cement.
Yeah.
And after like the first hour, I felt myself falling asleep in the class. And I love this. Like I love architecture at this point. So I'm
can only talk about cement so much.
And I'm starting to hate what I'm doing. So I'm like, this is brutal. So I ended up tapping out. And that was the semester I messed up because they had said in the beginning of the classes when I'm a dumb 18-year-old at this point. I don't know college at all. I'm just going. They had said, hey, if you don't make X number of classes, you automatically you're dropped from the class, right?
Yeah.
So I get halfway through the semester and I'm like, all right, I just don't have to go for 10 classes and they'll drop me off. They don't drop you. That's a complete lie. They just fail you.
Yeah, you fail.
So I ended up with 4 Fs on my transcript, which I had to go back and redo those classes later on. I didn't want to have I didn't care at that point.
I don't even have a transcript.
Yeah, you do. It's just very small. Mine's like a scroll that they were reading in ancient times. But then after that, I tried a bunch of different stuff. I went upstate for radio, video and audio production. I did this pretty much for a little bit of time, which was fun. I was a DJ I was a 4 a.m. DJ on the jazz station. Yeah, on the jazz station.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was 4 a.m.?
Yeah, it was 4 a.m. I had to be there.
Who's listening to the radio in Herkimer at 4 a.m.?
I can only imagine. And it was like...
Who's awake in Herkimer at 4 a.m.?
I'm going over NPR radio.
Herkimer's another...
middle of nowhere,
Delhi.
upstate town. Yeah.
It might be smaller than Delhi.
Our Friday nights, Brent, we would go to Walmart, buy a bag of chips and soda, and go sit in the entertainment center there and watch whatever movie they had on the...
Yeah.
Like, there was 20 kids from college just chilling in Walmart, and that's all you could do. There was bars, but they're like...
Herkimer had a pretty good soccer team.
They had a great soccer team.
Yeah.
They had a great lacrosse team for a while. I mean, they're upstate. It's funny. Like, you go up there, and you can ask our friends from around here. They don't know where Herkimer is. Like, and we're only...
Not even Delhi.
Yeah, we're 3
Unless
hours
you
away.
went there, or you knew somebody that went there.
And you know where it is. Like, everybody knows generally where it is.
Yeah, if you tell them or you show them on a map, you're like, oh, it's right near this. Or
I would
that.
just tell them exit 30 on the throughway or whatever it was, and they'd be like, okay, I kind of know that general area, but it's up there. So I did that, and it was like 4 a.m. and I'm talking about Duke Ellington. So that burnt me out. And then I had another. College is great, but some of the teachers and what they say to you, they don't understand the impact. One teacher told me, and I'm thinking I'm gonna write short stories and make like little movies and try to do that kind of career. Maybe but you start doing like a grip for like a TV show or something like that. You start working as a guy who moves the camera around. And pans that. And the teacher told me, he's like,
I need one of those guys for that.
Listen, I have a semester of it. So he
might have to hire you.
He said, maybe when you're done here, you could start in Rome and then move to Utica. Then maybe 7 years you move to Syracuse.
You said Rome, and I was like,
not the
forgot
cool
there's a Rome.
Not
in
the
New
cool
York.
Rome. Yeah, exactly. So he basically told me that you could start at a small place, move to a little bit bigger place, and then 10 years down the road, you move to like Syracuse. Maybe.
Yeah, you keep working your way.
But
up.
you have to, and I'm already on year now of college, year 2 and 3 of college, and I'm not looking forward to this being a slow paced job. Like I don't want to. Not that I don't want to grind it out, but I don't want to. My ambitions were bigger than the towns that they were telling me to, so it may put a bad taste in my mouth.
And if anything, you're coming back here.
Oh, 100%. I'm not going.
I'm not moving to another small town.
No, I'm not dragging my whole family's here, and like literally, I need to be closer than further for anything to be successful in my life. Like I need people around me that I can trust. So that burnt out. Then I attempted. I don't even know if I did a semester, but I thought about doing like education or something like that because at this point now. I did architecture, which is an isolated degree. All the credits only cared to that degree. And then you do radio and television. They don't apply to any other degrees besides radio and television. So now I have 3 years of college where all the classes, the credits don't roll over to any other degrees.
So you're basically starting over.
Yeah, so now I have maybe an English, a math, and like a couple other things done. But then they don't necessarily transfer to other schools either because they're not the same, like, I don't know, reputation or level. So then I threw a dart at the board and said, where am I going? I need to get out of here. I need to leave everything and start fresh.
That's a big change.
Yeah. So then I went down to South Carolina at Coastal and I literally in my head, I said, what's the broadest degree that gives me the most options? So I did communication. And then I said, okay, communications degrees, a little lazy sounding, not to be insulting to anybody that has it, but it is one of those degrees where people hear it and they're like, what does that even communicate to? Like, what does that like convert into?
What year did you go to Coastal? What was the first year you were there?
2012 or 2013.
Okay, so that was right when I started working for Dad. Then. Yeah.
So I went down there and, my camera got too hot, Brian.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it's cooking. Got to crank that.
Is that
AC.
really what it said?
Yeah. You got to crank that AC up.
We'll let that one hang out for a little bit.
Yeah. So
I guess we found one of the flaws of the podcast.
Podcast.
We're gonna have to upgrade from GoPros. I use GoPros at work just because
I love the
for my main YouTube. They're so simple.
They're honestly
throw it in my bag, grab it, and I can strap it to anything.
I had the 8 and I never used it. You started using yours, and I started getting the little itch of like on the golf course. Let's break it out. And honestly, they're very cool cameras.
Yeah,
they have a lot more in them that I haven't really messed with.
Right. Yeah,
but
you can do quite a bit with
them.
I
just don't. I'm always afraid that I'm going to scroll it down and it's going to get something in there and I'm going to be like, where did I go to get that? Or like change the language to Chinese on accident and not know how to get it back to English. I've done that on my phone. But yeah, so after when I was up there, or down there in the Carolinas, I did that and I got out.
How many years were you there?
2.5 years, I think. I think I either went down a semester before, got the apartment and like stayed down there and kind of got used to the community and tried to find a job.
Yeah.
And that's when I got the Planet Fitness job, which
right.
I love that job. That job was so much fun.
Was Coastal the last college you went to?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you were done.
Done. Got my degree. Did well there.
And then,
did very well.
You came home and decided to wait tables.
Well, no. So I graduated with that degree. So like I was saying, communication degree is a very broad degree, but it's like, what is it? And then I did political science as my minor.
Okay.
Because I feel like the political science made it sound smarter that I had a communications and a minor in political science, which was fun. I had great teachers down there, and the school was very, very cool. As far as
no phones on the pod.
Yeah, no, you heard this. Somebody just finished up 18 birdies.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, that was the golf ball sound. So I did that, and then I got out of there and I went home and I had waited tables. You know this from when I was 16, 17 on.
That's up to this point. That's your longest job.
I did 10 years of that total.
Yeah.
When you combine it all.
Yeah.
But kudos to Dino. Every time I called him up and said, "Hey, I'm back in town. Can I work?" And he did something very cool where all the kids that worked, the young kids that worked there, when we would go to college, when you came back from summer, you just call up Dino.
Yeah.
And
you see a lot of faces back there.
Yeah,
again.
they would come back and he would let you come back, pick up the summer shifts and then get it back to the skeleton crew, basically, the main crew. And then is that
what they were called?
No, that's just it. Like, the core of the Daily Planet was the certain group of people that are like the core group.
Yeah.
And then everybody else was kind of like the skin, they would come and go. And
was there any like competition for Dino as far as diners go? Because around here, that's really the only one that's like local.
So I'm biased on that. I've eaten at a lot of other places. Like we used to have the A Crop in Poughkeepsie.
It's still there.
It's the new one.
Yeah.
But I would say no competition to that diner. That diner,
and not that there's nowhere that you're not driving like over 15 minutes to get to.
And you know what's that skeleton crew I'm talking about? They've been there so long, and
you know what's funny? I was at the Daily Planet this morning I had an early breakfast before I went golfing, and I asked Christine. I said, "Christine, when did you start here?" And she said,
"When it opened."
She said 25 years ago this October.
She's lying to you. She's
2000. She's saying she started there. That's a possibility.
I thought she was there when they. It
was her and DJ. She brought up DJ too. Yeah.
I think they're longer than 25 years.
I don't know. She said 20. Either way.
Maybe it was 20 years. Okay, so that makes sense because then 2020 would be the 20
I think she said this October is 25 years.
Okay, so that because I know it was like right when it first became the Daily Planet. But that those people that have been there, they're like I saw from behind the scenes from the 12 hours or 9 hours, whatever I was putting in that day. When you're there, people come in and like her by first name, right?
Yeah. Well, it was funny. I was with my buddy Brett, who has only eaten there a handful of times. Christine comes over and like throws her hand in my face, like saying hi. Like, and he's like, "What do you know? Everyone here?"
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's pretty much.
It's a family there. Like I don't want to sound like such a Daily Planet fanboy.
Yeah.
But it literally is one of
we definitely are fans.
Oh yeah, it's a great place. But it is a family. Like when you're there in the mid, like the weird hours, like the 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. when there's not a lot of people.
Weekday.
Yeah. Weekday when there's not a lot of people in there. Everybody that comes in there, they pick up conversations that they've been having for years.
Regulars.
They jump in. How's the kids? How's this? Dino comes in.
You had multiple regulars that would say hi to not only me but mom and dad, really, because you're mom and dad's son.
I broke the rules though. Also, is like you're not supposed to sit down with your customers, and I was the king of. If I had a table that was like they've asked for me now. Now they're saying, "Hey, can I sit with Chris?" Love that feeling. So when they would come in there, that was a sign of respect to me.
Yeah.
A sign of respect for me to them was, you have an extra sit in the booth. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'll hang out for a couple minutes while I take your order.
Yeah, and, and your food will still come out on time, and it's gonna be great. But like I did that a lot. Like I give myself a lot of credit on my customer service.
Yeah.
Like I'm a very big I'll bring you into the fold kind of person.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody does there. They literally Like the amount of times that people will throw a creamer across.
It's not often that you see a waiter or waitress sitting down with the customer.
No, and people liked it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody can pull it off. I really don't.
Probably not.
But I'm a schmoozer. Like I can, not a schmoozer, but I can.
You're
I'm
definitely a schmoozer.
I'm a talker, right? So I would sit down, talk to people, and then I realized the more I did that to people, the more that they would come back and ask for me again. And that's, it's cool, but it's also financially beneficial to me if they're asking for me, because now I'm getting a regular customer. Like when I went to college for Coastal,
and also more than likely, a regular customer coming in is going to tip you better than they would just tip somebody that gave them equal service.
100%, and not even always, but they're either going to do one of two things: tip you very well because they like what you're providing.
They just
to them.
like you.
Yeah, they like what you're providing. You're providing a comfort, like a little bit more than just the boring diner experience. And then on the other side is, if they know you, they're either going to give you a hard time and jokingly, and they're not going to ever give you a really hard time. Like they know you enough to be like, all right, he messed up on, it's a Diet Coke, not a regular Coke, or something like that. Or you forget like the extra ketchup.
If you bring me a Diet Coke,
you're throwing it back. Well,
I'm throwing it back.
I would never expect you not to. But that I loved. That was a great 10 years of, if you combined them all, 10 years of working there. I love that place. It was fun.
What were you doing for work before you got your job that you currently have?
Before this?
Yeah. Was it just
Enterprise.
Oh, Enterprise.
You forgot about a whole.
That was up until COVID.
Yeah, 5 years.
Yeah. Okay. So you worked at Enterprise for a long time, and then COVID happened. They cut how many people?
Everybody. They
pretty much everyone.
Well, nobody.
There's like 60% of employees. Or
probably
something.
more.
Yeah.
The problem was Enterprise was it was a fun job right out of college, because I don't want to say they sucker you in, but they aim for like hungry people that need a job, right?
Yeah,
so college kids are always like first eager, and we just came out of a school, so it used to be, I don't know what it is now, I can't speak on it now, but it used to be very frat feeling, where it's like you're in that office with the 6 guys that are underneath you, or like your employees, and they're your boys.
You're at Enterprise until COVID shuts down. You're jobless.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. So it was really messed up, honestly, because as a kid, again, I'm not old.
You weren't even. What? That was 2000.
I was like
2019.
Yeah.
So that was 6 years ago. You were 28.
Yeah. April of
29.
19.
Probably. You're 35 now.
Yeah. I'm 36.
Oh, you're 36. Oh shit.
I was old.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. You are.
So I was grinding out that job.
You were 30 then.
Yeah. Yeah, because we had my 30th surprise party, remember?
Wait, what?
It was my 31st. We did the 30th surprise party. All my employees came.
Oh, at work.
Yeah, remember we did that? No, we did it at the little place in Hyde Park.
Oh, yeah, that restaurant. That was a surprise party?
Yeah, I had no idea. Remember you hid your car?
No, I didn't remember that.
Yeah. It was the only surprise.
I remember the party. I didn't know it was a surprise.
Oh, I walked in there.
Yeah, we were in that like back room.
Yeah, I walk in there, and I'm just thinking I'm getting another birthday party, right? Yeah. Another like dinner out. And I walk in there and I see my employees sitting at the first table, and I'm like, "Oh, Dustin, what are you doing here?" And then I look over and I'm like, "Oh, Wally, what are you doing here?" And then I'm like, "Wait, why is everybody here?"
I know everybody here.
And then I look up and I'm like, "Oh, I know every person in this room." I'm like, "It's a surprise birthday party. You guys got me." Yeah. So we did that. Then when the pandemic came, they didn't have. You need to rent cars to make any money. So I don't know if they didn't have it in like a reserve or anything like that. But they weren't getting the money from the government as far as being a not communications, a transportation, like airports were getting money.
Yeah, they weren't
bailed out, basically.
No, what's the word? What was the word? It was like important.
Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't think of it.
Yeah,
right now.
It's essential worker.
Yeah. We weren't an essential company.
We weren't getting any money, and the problem was everybody took the cars. And when you work in Enterprise, your goal is to have 0 cars on the ground when you close up, and just hope that you can get in early enough to clean up the cars that get dropped off overnight.
Right.
So when everybody's escaping this giant exodus from New York City, they're taking the cars up to where I am, and now my parking lot every night has 120 cars out there, and
normally you have how many?
0 at night.
Oh,
you normally
you have 120. There while you were still working.
Oh, we had cars parked in front. Like you had to drive through a sliver of the parking lot.
Yeah.
And you couldn't leave your car there anymore.
That was just because people wanted to get out of New York City.
And then we would clean the cars up,
shut down.
leave them there. And then it became this game of like, you get paid on not a commission, but you get paid on like the number of cars you have rented. So if you have a higher one, you get more money, right?
Okay.
And all of a sudden, nobody's making money because your numbers over last year are way backwards because all these cars are here.
Yeah.
And they offered a company car program, right, where you can buy. I don't know if you buy into it or whatever, but you could take home a car every night.
Okay.
So all of a sudden,
oh, you didn't have to drive your personal vehicle.
no, my personal vehicle I had given to Dad already at that point.
Yeah.
So I had given my
You didn't own a vehicle at that point.
I didn't own a vehicle.
Oh, that's so nice. I don't own a vehicle.
No,
right
it was
now.
terrible because then I lose my job and they say you have 3 days left with the rental car.
Yeah.
And then you have to bring it back.
That's like a flip of a switch. Like
Oh,
life is completely different.
That scared the crap out
Yeah.
of me, honestly. So then me and
I'm
you.
sure from COVID, many people had that same scenario happen to them.
Imagine a company car and then all of a sudden you have no car.
Yeah.
Like,
or you don't even have a job.
yeah, and they did offer like a severance or whatever, but I'm pretty sure I signed some kind of like I won't sue for wrongful termination or something in there.
Yeah.
I didn't read it. Everybody was taking it.
So you got some money when you got fired?
Yeah, they paid everybody out based on how long.
Do you
had
remember
been
how
there.
much you got?
No.
Yeah.
I think it was like after taxes and everything, like $8K.
Yeah.
Like
not enough to continue.
enough for a down payment on a car.
Right.
But
or a cheap used car.
But I'm also in a spot now where I've been living a lifestyle where I don't own a car, so I have a lot of extra money. I've been buying things on credit.
You're paying for gas.
Yeah. Not even half the time. I would take a car that was full home.
Yeah.
So like, and I'm driving to and from house. It's not like you can't drive it around. But
yeah, you weren't going anywhere with
no.
this. It was just to work.
And I was working 45 to 60 hours a week. Like I was tired.
Coming home and you had an hour drive each way.
Yep.
And then you're coming home, you're maybe eating dinner, working out, and
I would work out on my lunch break. I would bring lunch with me, and because when I got to the manager role, I'm in the office a lot more.
Yeah.
And if I'm going out marketing, I can just stop and grab a slice of pizza on the ride.
Yeah.
So then I ended up going to the gym for my hour break, working out during the day. So I got home, but
eat dinner and go to bed.
we would be open 7:30, I think, to 5:30, but I wouldn't leave there till 7:30 because we would stay there.
So you're up at you start at 7?
Yeah, I was up at 4:30 every day.
Yeah.
And then
Showering,
driving
getting
there.
ready, drive there an hour.
And I would be there before my employees because I wanted to, when they walk in there, I'm throwing keys at them and saying, hey,
get this ready for
this
me.
is what we need first.
Yeah.
I'm going through the list of what cars are coming. So I'm
Yeah,
trying
because
to,
otherwise they're there waiting for you to tell them what to do.
or they come in and start doing their own thing. They pick an easy car when meanwhile on the list we have 6 SUVs going out and they're cleaning up
and
compact
those people
cars.
are going to be here in an hour.
Yeah, exactly. And I want it to be smooth. Like the faster you can get your rushes in and out, like the immediate rush, you'd have like 15 people come in at the 7:30 time.
Yeah.
So and we have 4 employees. So we need to have 20 cars ready to go. And you're leaving the night before with 0 cars, so you're just hoping these cars get there.
Yeah.
Every day was stressful. Every day was super stressful. And then you would drive home at 7:30 at night, and I would get home. Some days I would get home, car, no music on in the car. I wouldn't even realize that I didn't listen to music, and I'm just in my head the whole way home.
Yeah. You're
Terrifying moment.
blacked out just driving.
Oh yeah,
home.
it was brutal.
So that's the end of your enterprise career, and then
Yep.
during COVID, what were you doing for work?
I went to do that real estate, like
Oh, you
residential
started
real estate.
doing real estate a
I
little
sucked
bit.
at it,
You and mom both decided to do real estate
real
for some
estate.
reason.
Well, she only started doing it to kind of convince me to finish it, but I went from
I honestly don't even consider that a job that you had.
I did it, but I didn't. I'd only sold like 3 or 4 pieces of property.
Yeah.
And it's a weird time for me because I had during the pandemic I had gone through all my social medias and deleted out everybody that was non-essential because I was in like I was in a funk and like a depression kind of funk.
Yeah.
Because I just lost everything.
Trying to figure out life.
I own a house and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't have a job. How do I pay for the house?
Yeah.
And I want to be able to eat. So I was in a weird spot. So I just was like, all right, I'm going to do a mental refresh, delete everything, and only like cell phone, deleted everybody I didn't know.
Yeah.
Facebook. Then I get into real estate and they're like, lean on your social network. And I'm like, great. I have 12,
I deleted my
I got
social
12
network.
people that I can talk
Yeah.
to. So I didn't have that. And I didn't want to be one of those people that are out there like, you see every once in a while you see a guy in a cowboy hat being like, I'm the cowboy real estate guy.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
want to do that. That's so disingenuine to like
Right.
the crowd. Like, I don't care if you are, but don't lean into it.
That's a big thing that like YouTubers, like obviously YouTube is the main reason why I decided to start a podcast is because I make videos every day of my life. But my YouTube channel is like very like raw and authentic. And I'm not putting on like a
mask.
I'm not putting on a mask and being this character.
Yeah.
for the half-hour video or 8-minute video, whatever, however long the video is that I put out. it's like it's pretty much as raw as you're gonna see on YouTube.
I really wish you did keep a folder of all of your attempts at the beginning of the intro. I wish everybody
My
could
computer
see.
I would need 10 computers.
Yeah.
I would need 10 lacy hard drives.
Yeah.
Terabytes to store all of that.
I think it'd be a really funny video if you just had 10,000 first attempts at a video.
It's
and
just a bunch of mistakes.
Oh God, I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
Oh God, I said it the wrong way. I think
You
I
get tongue
stuttered.
twisted, and then next thing you know, you don't even know what to say.
Yeah, so like it's phony, and I don't, based on who I listen to on podcasts, I try to go as I want to feel like it's authentic and I'm not being sold something.
I'm about to take your boy's spot. So.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck. Number one. Yeah, right.
So enterprise ends, COVID,
Real estate.
real estate goes,
Didn't
comes
like
and
it.
goes just as quick.
It was
pretty much.
fun, and I just didn't feel.
Were you doing real estate when you got your new job?
Yeah.
That was your only job at
Yep,
that point.
I was
You were
at-
doing back at the Daily Planet, I think, a
Yeah.
little bit, right?
Well, I wasn't making any money doing real estate, and
Yeah.
you don't understand like when you're
You got to sell properties to make
well,
money.
and when you're starting up, you're getting like $115,000 piece of property, like land.
Yeah.
You're 2% on that. You're making $2,000. You got to set some of that away for.
You got to sell one of those every week.
And you got no, you still got and you still got to set some away for taxes because you don't pay your tax. They don't take your taxes off. So now
Yeah.
I'm just getting a little bit of money that's going to bail me out of the last month and a half. And then I needed something, and I didn't want. I also looked at it as I had an opportunity there where I knew I could communicate with the customers and get them to like me. And then I can, if they're looking for a house, and where the Daily Planet is, a lot of people come up to Taconic from the city.
Yeah.
To go look at places.
Great location.
Yeah, so they come in there. They're like, "Oh, I'm up here looking around. We have a cabin." I'm like, "All right, if you're ever looking for a house," and it did get me 2 sales.
And they let you put your real estate cards
Right on the counter.
Right on the counter.
And that's why I think it's a great family. Like you're literally part of the family when you're there.
Right.
And my card holder's still at the countertop.
Is it?
It's the wooden one. Yeah.
Oh,
Somebody
that's
else
so
is
funny.
in it. But yeah, it was cool for me to
We got to get the podcast.
go over there.
I got to make some cards and fill your
Yeah,
fill your little holder.
Fill my spot. Be like, yeah, I think this is property of Chris right here. Yeah, so I did that, and then literally played at a golf outing, and just it's that literally moments like in life where something lined up, somebody
needed an employee, and you needed a job.
and I happened to just present myself well enough that it was like, hey, it would be really cool if you applied for a position here, and then that got me into my current role, which I absolutely love now.
Can we talk about that or no?
You can if you want, but you've played golf with all the guys that I work with.
Yeah.
You know how cool it is.
We go on a golf trip every year now.
That's
I
insane.
mean, we only went on one, but it's an annual thing.
Yeah, well, it will be an annual thing, but
there's also the golf outing that you host, which is a lot of guys from work, but now it's spreading to more people.
I'm trying to branch it out.
Maybe people that view the podcast that golf can come, and we can get some of them in there too.
Listen, it's a fun. You've met everybody. It's a fun group of people to work with.
I had a blast at the last one.
It's so much fun, and they're all real. Like none of them are gonna like try to like wear. They're not wearing a collared shirt because they want to. They're wearing it because they need to. It's not. They're not that people that are just gonna again with the mask thing. So I just absolutely love what I do, and it's still adjacent to construction. Like construction. Actually,
Your boss is also pretty chill.
Yeah. Oh, everybody up the ladder is great.
Your boss on both sides of the.
Yeah, whoever. Well, one's the client.
One's your counterpart.
Yeah,
one's your boss.
Yeah, he's the client. So
Yeah.
But keeping them happy is the number one thing.
But not a client as far as like you're doing this for him. You're helping him get this done.
Well, the way we have it, we have a different culture than most of the places. It is designed where they say it, we do it kind of deal.
Yeah.
They're the client. If they need it done, we need to do it, right?
Yeah.
But I think what we've designed in our upstate territory, at least, is we have a good way of working. He wants something, I help him out with his side. I need something, he helps me out with my side. We work together. If we do weekly calls, we do daily calls. I talk to Jim 6 hours a day sometimes, and we know what's going on. And
He
like
texted you during the podcast.
yeah, literally. So like, and it's a Sunday, like so we're
Sunday at what 6:30 at night?
yeah 7 o'clock. Yeah, so. But yeah, we'll hang out, play golf. I know his family now. Like we go to the Jets game together. Like it's a much cooler atmosphere to be in a job that you actually genuinely like.
Yeah.
And you're making decent money where
Hopefully this is the rest of your life.
it would be cool.
Well, not the rest of your life, but until retirement.
I'll do it. Listen, I would do this job.
Yeah. The one guy, Ed,
Yeah.
he's How old is he?
I have no idea, but he's the man.
He's older.
He's
and
the best.
He after that weekend with him, at first I was like, okay, who's this guy? And then he just has those one-liners.
Oh yeah, see, he rolls up and you see all the young, you see me, you, and Dylan, the young guys. Then you see like our dad's age, and then you got a guy a little bit older than him, and you're like, okay, how does he fit in? And then you hear him, and you're like, oh, he might be the king of all this. Like,
He's
like,
been in it. He's been in it for however long.
Oh yeah, and they'll bust his chops left and right, and then he'll just hit him with a zinger. And I'm like, you're the man.
Yeah, he was at your golf outing.
Yeah, he's I hope he comes every time. He's a great guy. But yeah, it's that is just one of those things where it feels like I was in a movie, went to a golf outing, got an opportunity for a job. Now I have to go to I just have to play golf.
And you didn't even, at that point, you weren't even golfing that much.
No, Dad I like to play golf before these last couple of years when me and you started playing a lot. I like golf because it's something that me and Dad could do. Yeah. Like Dad, like, what am I going to do? Go over there and have family dinner? I don't want to bother them.
Play pickleball.
Yeah, I did that too. I was doing that a lot. But it's one of those things that I've done with Dad. And playing today, I played with Paul. I was telling you, one of the guys that live with me. And I was telling, Paul was playing. And in my head, I had this moment where I'm like, you know how lucky we are to have been young and learning to play golf? Because now when you feel silly at a young age, it doesn't feel silly. You don't feel the pressure of the people behind you. You don't feel like you need a rush. You don't. Dad probably felt that pressure. But like
with having us with him.
Yeah, well, I'm saying when we were learning, we're hitting terrible shots all day long, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like it's like, oh my God, there's pressure.
But when you're on the tee box and you see somebody halfway up the fairway or 100 yards up let's say 200 yards up the fairway to be realistic, and it's like a 7-year-old kid, he hits the ball directly to the right. You're like, the first thing you say to your group, this is going to be a slow one.
Yeah. Paul played really well today, and I just saw him getting a little in, like he'd see the people behind him and be like, okay, I got to rush this.
Yeah.
Where we were kids, we got the opportunity to do it without that added pressure of being aware.
Yeah, we didn't care.
We didn't know. We don't know golf etiquette at that point. So I think
it might have taken us 20 strokes to get it to the green. And
but it didn't matter to us because we were kids.
Yeah.
So I thought how nice that was for us to be able to do that. So I liked playing golf with Dad.
We did start golfing at a very young age.
Up at our summer house in Old Fort.
But we didn't take it serious at all.
Never. It was something our dad and our mom were good at. And
I don't even think Mom was playing at that point, was she?
No, she started playing later on, but they were both, they would do it, and it was dad's like, the guy thing. Like, we're gonna go to sit at the bar afterwards and while we're on vacation. And he would always offer it to us. And it's one of those things that golf now compared to golf in 2002 or whatever you want to go back to, totally different sports. Yeah. Like it's a boring old white man sport back in 2002. Yeah. And now it's like, it doesn't matter what age you are, how good you are, everybody's out in that course. Like we played today and there was a guy in a t-shirt. And I was like, that's crazy. But
golf,
he was having fun.
In recent years, golf has
exploded.
I think it might have been COVID because it was one of the few things that was allowed to stay open.
I
don't know if golf courses closed at all in the beginning of COVID and then they were allowed to open early, but
and also the YouTubers, like all those people that started playing, and like
the amount of golf content creators, not even just YouTube,
Bryson
Instagram
too, dude. Bryson with his golf channel, like that's
professionals coming back in.
Or I don't even know, was he professional? I know he's played since he was a kid, but like
he was definitely a professional before he was making YouTube content.
Yeah, but it's sick to see somebody give you a bro version of pristine sport where like everybody's in like the green jackets and it's like
there was like
please.
There was like a way that you had to act if you were a golfer.
And then there's a guy out there being like yelling at himself, hitting the ball, trying to crank the ball, like things that you would do, me and you would try.
Yeah, he made golf fun.
100%. And then every YouTuber that started up and either exploited it to try to sell something or make it fun. There was options on both sides.
The YouTube golf is so much more fun to watch than like a PGA tour or something. I do enjoy like the Masters and stuff like that. I'll tune in. Like I had friends that didn't golf with me on the Sunday of the Masters because they were watching the Masters, and I'm walking down the golf course.
I was with you.
You were
I was
with me.
with you.
I had the Masters playing on my phone
Yeah.
while I'm golfing, just to watch a little bit of it. But I'm not going to sit down and watch the whole thing.
No, it's something I'll put on in the background. Like if it's on during a weekday, like there's a tournament on or something like that, and I'm working, I'll put it in the background just so I can hear it and turn around to it. But it's gotten a little better with like. I do like some of the animations they have where they show you like where everybody's landed and what they've played.
Right.
That's sick.
That stuff is super cool. Which you're getting shot tracers from YouTubers, but you're not getting, all these pros. Oh, look at this one pro that sliced it on this hole when everybody else went straight. Yeah.
But I do think there is something like Liv is doing, which is making it a little bit more exciting, and making it a little competitive, getting rid of the stigma of it being like you need to wear a black tie outfit to like whatever. I do think that there's a ton of opportunity for it to be more fun. And once they figure out how to do it without losing their sponsors or their TV time.
It also, a lot of players who are pros don't have that personality or don't want to be the main star.
Yeah.
Like, they're the main star because like
they're the best.
They're the best, but they're not the main star because of what they said or how they acted.
No.
They're the main star because they just shot 10 under par.
But they could also, like, I always thought if you look at YouTube videos of golf, a lot of them are clips through of the day. Shot one, quick. Shot two. They cut it and edit it. Granted, the PGA Tour and all those are live events, right? But if they'd made a YouTube channel where the PGA had their official YouTube channel the next day, where it was just
but then you need a camera following every player.
They have them out there. They have to have on every hole 6 cameras going.
Yeah, but they don't like a PGA Tour. Not every player is broadcasted.
No, but I'm saying they have the footage of it probably.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, they have the option to.
Like I think the Masters, like I think like Bryson was only shown like a handful of times up until Sunday.
Yeah, because he wasn't on the main group. But when you go online and you look at it, they give you the options to click on other groups, so you can see secondary groups. But I think if they took all of the video from the outing and they compiled it where it's like, all right, hole 1, you show everybody play. Hole 2, you show everybody play. You just cut through quick. I don't need to see them walking over.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a lot of downtime.
There's a lot of like, oh, this is a beautiful day here. Look at the turtle walking across.
Actual shots.
Yeah.
Probably takes like they're shooting in the 60s.
Yeah.
Probably
to do the whole
probably an hour and a half of
the whole tournament
of them actually swinging the club and watching it fly and land and roll out.
That's
probably
it.
less than an hour and a half.
You could probably do the whole thing in an hour and a half of one video, and you could see the whole entire day.
Yeah,
and you would be able to watch it all and be like, "Oh, I saw that shot." Like you don't. There's a lot.
It's like a couple seconds per shot.
Yeah, it feels like almost like they're just filling time and trying to get a time slot so they can get more.
Yeah,
which makes sense, advertisements or whatever. But I don't know that when golf was for me as a kid was just a boring sport, so I didn't get into it until me and you started playing a couple of years ago.
Right,
and then we got hooked.
Yeah. So anyway, enough about you.
Okay,
I think we pretty much covered your whole life story now.
Yeah.
At least
up until the last couple of years.
From when you first had the opportunity to work for Dad and decided to go.
We got to 2023 at least covered, so we're good.
Yeah. So then you decided to go a different route as far as work goes, and I was in high school going into like wood shop and stuff like that, and like I don't think I made those decisions to take those classes. I might have been like at the kitchen table with Mom and Dad, like, hey, we got to pick your schedule for next year.
But what would you have done if you didn't do that? What was your brain at?
I have no idea.
Yeah, so you needed that shove to do something.
I didn't. There was, when I was a kid, my future was the last thing that I thought about. I was just living life, having fun and doing whatever. I would come home, hop on my quad and be in the woods for the next like 3-4 hours. Like a career was not.
Well, and you're 17, like you said earlier. You're young still.
I was 17 when I graduated high school.
Yeah, so how are you supposed like?
Yeah, you want me to make the decision for the rest of my life?
You have 80 years left. What are you going to do for it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't understand how kids are supposed to make these decisions.
No, they should give you a full. You should just take the first 2 years of college should be all of your core classes only.
Classes that you have to take, no matter, and just pretty much no matter. There's some like degrees that you go for that you're taking stuff that's specifically for this that you don't need for anything else.
Yeah.
And you're not taking those other courses that you need for pretty much everything.
Yeah, it should be. I don't know.
I can't remember. I only took a couple courses, but I can't remember anything that I took that was like, oh, you would take this no matter what you're doing.
Yeah, math. There's the math, the
yeah.
English classes and stuff like that. But even that's silly nowadays. Like a lot of it is kind of excess and just kind of like, what is it? Senior plus or whatever you want to call it. Like you're literally continuing.
I think that's a good idea. Like if you don't know what you want to do, go to these 500 schools across the nation that will just knock out the guaranteed courses that you need.
Or change it up a little bit. There should be an option for people who don't know where they teach you, home economics sounds so silly because the way it was designed in high school and middle school.
Yeah.
But learning how to do your taxes.
Yeah.
Learning how to pay off a mortgage faster. Learning interest rates.
Maybe like cooking, but like learning specific recipes.
Yeah. Or how people did it before. Like the pandemic showed one thing too is like if you don't know the core survival things of life, you could be in a real predicament. Like if the power grid goes down, you don't know how to collect water. You don't know how to actually cook or potentially even if you don't shoot something, you need to know how to hunt or fish. Like there should be classes on like not survival, but like literally
it's almost like survival stuff.
The core human
if the world was to change drastically, how are you going to make it through?
Can you sew a hole in your pants that you only have one pair of pants while you're out there in the hiking? Like
I can't sew.
No, I can't either.
I have a hole from your old cat.
I got the iron-on patches.
That Gina's going to come and sew this for me. So, yeah, there's definitely some things in life that.
So you had no idea when you started taking the woodshop classes?
Well, I mean, it was like a thought in my mind, like, oh, I'll just if I need a job, I'll go work for Dad.
Yeah.
As a career, like I never thought like, oh, I'll take over Dad's companies. Like,
well, you're welcome. I stepped aside. I was like, you can have it. It's all yours.
So then I went to college for one semester. The soccer season ended, and I was beyond bored, and there was nothing to do there. So it was probably close to like winter break, right? The end of the first semester, going back into second semester when you come back to school, like leave a lot of your stuff in the dorm and you're coming back to the same dorm. And I called Dad and I was like,
I'm taking it all.
College is not for me. All right, go buy a tool belt and come to work.
But like we've talked off the camera about this, like learning to cut wood on a pitcher versus doing it in the field, totally different. So also another thing with it at Delhi, the I don't even know what they called it, like wood. It's not wood shop, but woodworking or whatever.
Yeah, woodworking. Whatever the class was off campus.
Okay.
So you had to drive to this warehouse. It's like a big building, right? And then you're watching some dude do something, and then
you're not even cutting it yourself.
Sometimes you are, sometimes you're not.
Yeah.
And then there's also the classroom version of that where you're reading out of a book, like how to cut rafters and
a lot of
whatever it may be.
A lot of construction companies, I feel like, will offer like trials for people to come out, like a prospect employee. Like they'll give somebody like the gopher job.
Yeah,
you could start on a construction site, and I bet you money if you go out to a construction.
We've
site.
hired a few kids who did not know anything, and learned a lot very quickly. And most of them stay with us. Some of them will go on and do something else. We actually did an intern as well for a kid.
I heard about it.
Yeah. So this one kid, what was his name? Brad, I think, came and did an intern with us for a few months, learned pretty much everything hands-on. And working for our company is a very like chill environment in the construction world.
Yeah.
Like there's the more corporate end companies that are probably not as fun to work for. We're a family business at the end of the day, you know? Like all of our guys become like family to us over the years.
They've been in my life for 20 years pretty much for some
I joke around and I call Rodrigo my dad sometimes. Yeah, I'm like, "Oh, he's my other dad." Like
let's give him a shout out cuz he deserves it. When I pull into the shop, every time I see Rodrigo, he'll put a smile on my face every time. I just see,
guaranteed.
Oh, hey, little boss.
Yeah. Rodrigo's been with Dad for longer than me.
Yeah.
20, probably over 20 years.
Him and Freddie are the longest.
I think Rodrigo was a year or two before Freddie, if I remember correctly.
So these guys come on, the kids that come in and do the internships or like
We've only had one intern.
and but the prospect employees, like the guys
like
that are trying it.
one of the new kids that works with us, Anthony, is Freddie's nephew.
Okay.
So perfect.
Yeah.
You know,
lined up.
Yeah. And Freddie can explain things to him. And it's also
He speaks Spanish only.
Anthony.
Yeah.
He speaks a little English.
Okay.
But that's also a big benefit of me speaking Spanish is I can explain everything.
Yeah.
But also being Freddie's nephew, he lives with Freddie.
Gonna
So
be on time
if
every
he
day.
has a question at night, like why did we do this or how do you do this?
Yeah.
I have never talked to Freddie about this, but I'm sure
He-
Freddie's explaining things to
why
him.
we did it that way.
Yeah,
and why we
and
did it that
he's
way.
and he's learning like we can leave Freddie on a job by himself and not have to worry about
Yeah,
it.
Freddie's a man.
Yeah. Like you put Freddie and Rodrigo together,
That
shit's getting done.
yeah, it
Like,
can be done in 25 minutes.
Yeah. And also we have a lot of like pretty much not even pretty much all of our guys are very good guys and they're very good at what they do. It's the younger kids that come in and they need the time to learn it.
So how long does it take for like somebody coming in to?
Everybody learns at different paces.
But what do you think? Like when do you feel comfortable not watching them? Like when does it get to a point where you're not
like
nervous?
when will we send them to a job by themselves?
not by themselves, but as like the hand of somebody else, but that you know that you're not going to have to double
So
check it.
I mean there's levels to this. So
Yeah.
it's like Dad,
Yeah,
me and Uncle Dan,
yeah,
Rodrigo and Freddie, and then kind of like
the rest of the employees.
Vicente, Guillermo. Vicente's kind of up there with Rodrigo and Freddie as far as like time working for Dad, but
Yeah.
Vicente started working for Dad,
Left and
butted
came back.
heads with somebody else, left, and then down the road that guy was no longer with us, and Vicente came back to work for us. Guillermo came in after that. Guillermo is a very, very good employee, but he just doesn't have the years working for
Yeah,
Dad.
so
We would never send one of the two kids to a job without at least Guillermo.
yeah, okay. So that's where those are like the coaches basically, and then you
Right.
have the players,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever you want to call them, teammates.
Right.
So so after how long do you think, like a year, 2 years, like comparatively to college is what I'm trying to get to?
it depends. Like a framing job,
Yeah.
they're not going to a framing job by themselves for at least 5 years.
But what I'm
There's
trying,
just stuff that's like to code
take-
that you have to learn,
but-
and that takes a long time.
so compare it to college. So like if you did like a 4-year college for construction, do you think they would be?
You're learning so much more working for us than you are in college because of how broad
Yeah.
our company is.
Yeah, and you guys are in the shop doing manufacturing things occasionally.
Yeah, and then you're also learning trucks and snow removal
Yeah.
and plowing. Well, I just said snow removal and plowing.
Yeah,
same
same
thing. But I meant like snow removal.
the company.
Snow removal is a lot more than just the act of plowing.
Oh yeah, it's tons.
yeah.
It's
So
time management,
yeah, setting the plows up,
Yep.
hydraulics, repairs, changing a plow blade, salting.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day where there's so much more that happens in your outside of your YouTube videos of plowing where people just see you plowing all day long. They don't see the phone calls to the shop, the repairs that need to be done mid-storm, like all that stuff that goes into running
Making a snow event successful.
yeah, and where a truck isn't stuck out there, a route is left, people are crashing and
Yeah.
now stranded on the road.
Right. So it's weird working for us because we're not a typical construction company. Every single employee that works for us helps out in the snow removal end at least a little bit.
How much
So
is the job? How much construction slows down in the winter though? Do you have
we're
the
doing
same,
construction through the winter.
same volume? You think?
Me, Rodrigo, and Anthony, from the middle of October to at least the middle of April. We got a snowstorm in the beginning of April this
Yeah.
year. That was crazy. From the middle of October to the middle of April, me, Rodrigo, and now Anthony are full time in our shop.
Yeah.
We are not doing construction.
Everybody else is though.
Yeah, they're doing construction every day of the week. They're doing construction. If there's a snowstorm, and we know like what time it's going to happen, they go home early. We tell them be in at 5 a.m. So the guys that don't plow for us shovel sidewalks at one location. Well, actually, we do.
New city,
We do
new city condos.
Yeah, and then we also have a cemetery that
Oh, yeah,
is
the one on
kind
the
of
road.
like hit or miss on if we really have to work there. When there's burials at the cemetery,
You have to be there.
it's pretty strict. But we'll get a list of, hey, there's a burial this day,
And you know
this
when to
day,
be
this
out
day,
there.
and this day we have burials. If there's a snowstorm, we're in there a couple hours before that burial to make sure that there's no issues.
Yeah,
there.
you don't want to ruin somebody's.
So the other guys will come in. We'll send them out. We'll load the van. They got like the spreaders for like if you were to seed your lawn.
Salt.
Yeah, fill them with salt. They got snow blowers, shovels, and they're out in the 2 vans
I used
taking
to
care
see
of
them.
sidewalks.
They would show up when I was plowing New City condos. They
right.
would show up at the end of the storm and knock
you see
that
the
out.
van pull in.
Yep.
Couple
They just
guys hop out,
knock it out. They're out
shovel
of there
real
before
quick.
I-
But New City condos is nice in its own because we only shovel the median in
Yeah.
between. So the parking lot goes down,
Big
loops,
loop.
it comes back up, and in the middle is a couple crosswalks with like some benches and stuff. That's all we shovel there. We
I know,
don't shovel
the
by
guys-
the actual apartment buildings.
There's another company that does it, and every time I would have that parking lot pristine,
Yeah,
I would.
they come in.
I'd
then
go
they
get
throw the
some. I
snow
get a
back
cup
in.
of coffee and a donut. I come back down, piles at every entrance, and I'm like,
Right.
come on, now I
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
do 17 passes to move it from this side of the road to the other side,
Yeah.
so that I can drag and not leave a line down the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that's so you would say so if you did college for 4 years, right, for construction, and then started on a construction site, you'd
If you did college I don't know if there's a 4-year construction degree.
it's 2 years, right?
It was 2 years, the one I did.
So if you do 2 years, would you come in? Do you think where would they be on? Like they would still need to do like a year of learning physically on the site and
if we have a busy summer and we're framing, say we have a couple additions, a couple decks, a couple siding jobs. If we have an addition, it's everything,
yeah.
right? Depending on if it's a second floor or
and
if
there's
it's a
demo
bump out, then
demo in there and
then
everything.
we're doing excavating too. We do our own digging, we do our own concrete work, we do our own framing, we do our own roofing, we do our own windows, we do our own siding.
everything.
You name it, we do it.
That's Rodrigo's favorite joke. George Stoll, whatever he needs me to do.
Yeah,
Today.
George Stoll everything.
George Stoll landscape.
It's pretty much if we're capable of doing it and we can legally do it,
yeah,
then we're doing it.
yeah.
Plumbing, HVAC, electrical.
Septic work, stuff like that. That needs.
I mean, we can drop a septic tank in. We could dig the hole and put a septic tank in and run the plumbing for it.
Okay.
Stuff like that. That's not really something that we do,
Yeah,
but we could do it.
plumbing is pretty particular.
Painting, we could do, but we don't do it.
Yeah.
We'll give it to Alfredo.
Yeah.
Let him paint. Sheetrock, spackle, we do. When we're slow, we do it. Spackling is easier for us. Even sheetrocking sometimes is easier for us to sub it out, and we can move on to another job and just let the guy get it done.
Yeah.
We're not as fast spackling and sheetrocking as somebody that does it every day.
Yeah,
So it pays to have somebody else come in and do it, and then we come back after the fact. Flooring will do. So it depends. Like a kid that just starts is gonna learn a lot more of like topics
yeah.
rather than somebody that goes to a construction management school.
Yeah.
So they're learning like I don't even really know what else I would have learned. I didn't do it.
That's what I think. I'm in my head. I'm like, I'm sure there's a lot of like techniques, history, and like materials, and all of like probably some law, like what's like code and stuff. How to read
but
code.
code's always changing too.
Yeah, I know. And so like but I'm saying like reading and understanding how important code is.
Yeah.
So like in my head, it is similar where it makes sense that it would be a 2-year degree, not a 4. Like I was thinking, because at a certain point you're tapped out unless they have like a
Well, you could
program where they send you
could
out.
go. I'm sure you could go to like a construction management job or a degree to like maybe there's a school that does like a concrete and excavating or
Probably.
something like that, right?
They probably have some
or a
kind of
machinery one where you
specializing.
learn how to run equipment. We do our own excavating.
Yeah.
Like the young kids are not going in the excavators.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, what would you say? What would you say to somebody that's 17, 18 years old, about to go to college? They don't know if they want to do construction or not. It would be beneficial for them to just go and find a construction company that's going to let them learn, or would you say still go to the school? In your opinion,
honestly, if you can get a job and you're
Jump
willing
right
to
in.
work, jump right in.
you're going to save money on
You're
what it costs.
not going to have college debt.
Yeah.
If you really want the college experience,
Do it.
do it.
And
if you're
everybody
going to play a
should.
sport in college,
Do it. Everybody should have the college experience. I think it's a fun little cultural experiment.
I had one semester and that was enough for me.
Yeah, I had a bunch and I loved it. I would go back tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I think that's something people have to actually think about is like how much.
I think jumping into a job, if you can get a job that is not like, as a kid jumping into a construction job, you're making minimum wage pretty much. Like, you don't know anything.
Yeah.
You're young, you have no experience at all.
You're literally just a laborer.
You're going to go back to like what we were talking about earlier, where you're picking up garbage, you're making sure the job site's clean, and you're going and picking up lumber for us or whatever we need, right? You run into the hardware store and getting nails if you run out of nails or something. Hopefully you're prepared for the day and you have all that stuff with you. Also, lucky for us, our shop is right next to this place called On-Time Supply, which is an entire tool and construction warehouse.
Yeah.
All it is rows of nails, and then they have a store with like guns. They got pretty much anything you need for construction. They have it, and it's right. We share the same building as them. Like, we can knock through the wall. So
you got to put a little sliding hatch so you can just send it right through.
Yeah. So that's a big benefit for us, which honestly, hopefully down the road I can move out of the complex and build our own property of just us. Maybe if I can build a big enough building, rent the other half to them and let them move in with us, and we both move out.
And then you don't have to worry about the politics of living in like an industrial complex.
Yeah, there's like board meetings and stuff.
Yeah, it's a community
rules that you have to follow.
It's basically an HOA.
Yeah, it's basically an HOA for the complex. So that's a big benefit of having them right next to us. But as a kid coming into it, if you're willing to work and
just jump right in,
and you can get a job, somebody that's willing to hire you with zero knowledge or zero experience.
And I'm sure midsummer there's a lot of construction companies will be offering at least one spot.
It depends on how busy they are and how many employees they have. Like, if we have a full crew, we're not hiring someone.
Okay.
Like, we're not just going to take you on just because you want to learn. Like,
but
sorry,
some of the more corporate, I feel like some of the more corporate companies
that have different crews here and here and here and here and here.
They have 1,000 employees. They're probably going to bring in.
We have 8 employees.
Yeah, they're exactly the big. I'm saying there's an opportunity for people not to go to college because, like, if we're being transparent, you didn't really go to college, and Dad never went to college. Dad didn't even graduate high school.
Didn't even graduate high school,
and he owns a couple great
two
companies.
Yeah.
So it's like there is an opportunity for people to see that, like,
you don't need college to be successul.
No.
Or
you
don't even need to graduate high school.
that's crazy. We're talking.
Do not take that as advice.
Yeah. Unless you can swing a hammer and you know what you're doing, like, you should probably stay in school. But yeah, I think it's something that should be like acknowledged. Like, Dad, very limited schooling. You talk to him about construction, smartest guy you'll ever talk to about.
Yeah.
You ask him how you want to build something. You show him a picture. Yeah, I know what I can do there. Yeah. Like, there's no questions.
I'm pretty sure the Sparrow's Nest job that we're on right now, the event space, the decorative trusses that are in there was just something that Dad envisioned and was like, drew up a sketch. It was like, this is how we're going to, no, I don't even, it's all decorative. It's not structural at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it doesn't, the building part of it was done.
Well, he's done a lot of cool stuff with that building. Like, a lot of things that you didn't see him doing, like the vertical siding on that building.
Yeah.
A lot of it. And then even incorporating landscaping and like the whole outside bricks and all that. Like, we're making it all flow and look good.
Yeah.
And
there was other people involved in that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Too,
but I'm saying to put it together when you step back from it and look at it and it looks like a beautiful full picture.
It came out
insane. Yeah. So
there's a lot of stuff that he can just, from the years of doing it, he can just visualize it in his head and then make it happen.
It is cool to see that, though, because like, when you think about him not having a high school degree and like the stigma that comes around with like the high school and like no college and stuff like that, and it's changing right now where people are seeing that there is opportunity. Like, I went to school for communications and political science. I can talk and I can communicate well, and I learned how to do this stuff, but I'm applying a little piece from every career I've ever had and every like friendship I've had to propel myself forward. Did I need them?
Yeah.
Did I need college for that? No.
I also think a lot of the people that are starting to not want to go to college because they see somebody else that's successful that did that is like a live streamer or some sort of content creator, which I don't think if content creation is your main goal, you better have started before you even graduated high school
and be grinding every day.
And be grinding, because the chances of you becoming one of those next superstars is, whether it's live streaming, YouTubing, TikToking, or Instagramming or whatever. I don't know how much money those other small platforms
pay.
Not small, but like TikTok and Instagram. I don't know really how you make money doing those, or how much money you make. That's not realistic to finish high school and then be like, oh, I want to be a content creator. I'm not going to go to college.
And look at yours. Like I joked around about it because you bumped heads with Dad starting up construction, and it was a rocky start.
When I was a 17, 18, 19,
you were
probably into like early 20s.
Yeah.
I'm 31 now. So
yeah, you were a punk
There's
kid.
been many years of
Dad was hard-headed.
Us hashing things out.
Yeah, and you guys are great now,
Yeah.
but like I think it's hilarious to me because the amount of times that you're like, all right, I'm gonna quit. All right, I'm gonna quit. All right, I'm gonna quit.
There's times that I did quit.
Yeah, and then
the next week I was back.
And then here you are now. You flash forward to 2025, and you're sitting here with
I couldn't imagine if I quit.
A YouTube channel and a podcast thing that is an opportunity for you to do more with something that you literally were like, this sucks, and now you do it where everything.
I was a kid and I didn't.
But how funny is it that your YouTube channel literally depends on you going to work?
Yeah,
every day.
if I don't go to work,
if you quit, you lose it all.
Right now, as far as like recording videos go, if I don't go to work one day,
you're behind.
Like I'm stressing over what I'm gonna record the next day.
We gotta
to try and make two videos out of one day. Like I can't just take off work next weekend. I'm off Friday and Monday. I'm going away to Pennsylvania for a long weekend. I need 2 videos to be posted those days while I'm gone, and then I need to record 2 extra videos to catch up for those
that you're missing,
those days that I'm not there. Yeah, so I need to record 4 videos in 2 days just to be like even.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so it
makes you work harder actually because you have to find jobs that are like
I'm almost doing stuff just to do it.
Yeah.
Because I need to make a video doing it.
That's
like,
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made your extra hobbies so related to the job that literally, and I think it helped you out a lot once you started doing the videos. I think it showed Dad a lot of your knowledge too, that you know a lot of things.
Me and Dad are not. Everybody that watches my YouTube knows this. Me and Dad do not work together every day.
No.
But
he watches every video of yours.
Yeah, there's weeks that I go that I don't see Dad sometimes. Like I might see him at home, but not at work.
No.
So like.
But it's cool for me to see it from the outside because when you started making the videos, I saw it too. It was like, all right, he knows what the hell he's talking about when he's explaining things about how he's doing things. And I'll be transparent. I don't watch all your videos ever. There's just not enough time in my day. You got that? Yeah. It's gonna fall right on my foot. Why'd you flip it?
Because my memory card's full and we're talking about me mostly now. So hopefully that's a good angle. So you're done.
Yeah. I'm cooked.
Yeah. So where were we?
Done.
Oh, it powered off. Why? Well, I guess we're stuck to the one camera angle that we have.
Welcome to the first ever podcast.
Yeah,
where
we're gonna
nothing technology.
We're gonna figure. You know what I really should do with these is I should run wires into them so they're plugged in rather than batteries. And I also need I need to get a bigger memory card for the one because we filled up a memory card today.
Yeah, truthfully, if you made yourself if you fabricated a metal pole where you can get 2 of those clips that are the hooks on, and you just ran a wire up the middle and cut a little hole in it and pop the wire out, you can make it look like a little metal tree.
Well, I wanna get something that's like 2 camera angles in there that's discreet that you won't know while you're looking at that video. You won't see these cameras here.
Yeah. But that's something like you're literally, this is the behind the scenes.
This is the raw that you get watching Stoll-N.
This is what I'm most comfortable with, is because I'm seeing this every time you're out on doing a video and I'm stuck getting a camera shoved in my face.
Yeah.
I'm seeing this that you're trying to.
There's cameras around me
all the time,
24/7,
and it's weird being on this side. Like the whole camera thing. I prefer. Like I was telling you, I'm not gonna sit there and talk to a camera. It feels so weird to me.
I'll talk to a camera.
You'll do it all the time, but this feels more. I'm okay with this. I still know
we're having a conversation, that's being recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know the camera's there, but I don't feel
Yeah.
obligated to like, do I make eye contact at the camera? Is that too much? Am
Yeah,
I, like, am I tapping my foot too much? Like it's a weird thing that you've gotten into, but it's very cool.
I love the whole YouTube thing. I hope I love this podcast thing. So far I think I'm gonna, but
it's gonna be weird to have to fill it in, like you're talking about filling in your videos. Like are you gonna do it like a weekly thing, a monthly thing? It's gonna
podcast.
Yeah, and you're gonna have people talk.
I want to try and get to the weekly thing.
One a week.
I think weekly. If I can, there's enough for me to talk about. I could talk about all the jobs that week.
You're doing a podcast like a YouTube thing where you have other people here, or you're just gonna do a podcast where it's just you talking sometimes?
Maybe both. I don't know if I'll ever do a solo pod.
Yeah, because that's basically a YouTube video.
It's basically a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could do a solo pod, but I'm gonna be staring at the camera.
So you think you'll have enough people to come over weekly?
I have a list in my phone of at least 20 people, probably more than that, probably close to 40 people that I want to have on the pod at some point.
So
that's only going to grow.
Yeah, by the time you get to 40, you have 52 weeks in a year.
Another thing I started thinking about is having customers come on the pod after we finish the project for them.
Yeah, if they're willing to
talk about the experience.
Yeah.
Of working with us.
That would be a great idea.
Like the Odell's house.
Yeah. Or them, Ray.
Yeah, Ray.
Worked on his house.
Yeah.
Even
I can have Ray come and talk about plumbing.
Even
or oil.
Krista and Christian.
They're already on the list.
Yeah.
Well, Krista is. Christian.
Yeah.
He doesn't really do much.
Don't say that. He did his house though.
He knows I say that.
No, I know. He says the same thing about you. Don't worry. But yeah, he was very happy with like the way his.
Have you seen his new landscaping?
Yeah, I went out there. He
came to his house after the landscaping.
Yeah, dragged me out and showed.
I've only seen pictures. It looks really nice.
So good.
Yeah, we poured the slabs for him, and then after that, the landscapers. I haven't been back there.
It's kick ass. It looks really well put together.
I saw the pictures on Facebook, and I was like, wow, they did a good job.
Yeah, it came out nice, and the spacing's good. Everything, and like the whole flow of like the planter beds and the sidewalks are significantly better than where it was.
Yeah,
like that house is so nice. That you look at it and you're like, this is a vibe.
Yeah,
like it's cool. So it would be really cool to see other people get on there.
So there's been a lot of people that we have either worked for or worked with that I could have as guests on here who I think would be very interesting. Like there's obviously like Sparrow's Nest, which is that's one of my big ones that I really want to have Dad and Krista come on here and not only talk about the building,
but it's a great cause,
but also talk about what Sparrow's Nest does and who they are and how they started and pretty much Krista's whole story
and how it affects everybody, like how close it is to our life story.
I think Sparrow's Nest is, if not like in the nation, but definitely in our area, one of the best non-profits.
Oh yeah,
or charities that you want to, whatever you want to call it. They're definitely one of the best locally, and probably close to nationally, if not globally.
Huge. Well, I think it's so funny that you say that because I'm thinking, and like where we live, if you were to ask me, like we're talking breast cancer, something that supports the cancers and the cancer research. I think the only
real quick, hold that thought. Just for the people watching this that don't know what Sparrow's Nest is, they're a nonprofit who cooks homemade meals for families that have somebody going through a cancer diagnosis, and they also have people who come and take the meals and deliver it to the homes so that you really have nothing to worry about. And the building that we built for them is this massive kitchen, office space, and then now an event space, which we're working on.
Yeah, it's an awesome.
So anyway, continue.
Yeah, so when I think about it, after you just said that in my head, the only ones I can think of is Sparrow's Nest at the top, Miles of Hope because they were linked up with Lake Effect.
Yeah, I would Miles of Hope. Everybody knows who they are.
Yeah,
and I don't have a personal relationship with anybody from Miles of Hope.
just Andrew.
Andrew definitely want to have on here.
Yeah.
We talk to Andrew.
We could talk about life and everything with him.
There's so much we could talk to Andrew
But like
about.
those Sparrow's Nest is a great opportunity for you.
But also like over the years of me working for Dad, I've met so many people. So I started in 2011 end of 2011, beginning of 2012. So I finished college in like December, I guess. So probably technically started working for dad like the very end of 2000. We'll say 2012. To now, it's what year are we in? 25.
Yeah.
So it's been 13 years working for dad.
Plus.
Yeah, it's a long time, and there's been like countless people in the construction world over the years that I want to talk to, like people from Page, people from all the different lumber yards and stuff, and like other people that we work with. Like, you're ruining the vibe here. I am. Putting some noise in the background. I wonder if it even picked it up over there. It might not have. I might have just made things awkward for the viewer. Anyway, so
this is raw, people.
Yeah, this is raw. So there's a lot of people like Alfredo we could have on here and talk about how many jobs has Alfredo painted for us.
He painted my basement.
Yeah, I want to have Rodrigo on here.
Rodrigo,
I'd have to put subtitles in English underneath it.
But let me tell you, he deserves his own episode completely.
For sure.
And I'll be in the audience for that one because I think he needs his merch line. I think Rodrigo could be like the unexpected.
You had the first merch idea for me when I started this YouTube thing. Como and be like Rodrigo.
The Como shirt would
Rodrigo used to always say Como.
Yeah, well,
he would get caught up trying to talk and Como the plywood.
Yeah. He was trying
or whatever he was
trying to translate it in his head to English, and it was just
he would use Como as like a breakup to try and give him time. Right, exactly.
Yeah. So which I thought when you saw the videos and you could see him saying it, I thought it would be a great one. But then be like Rodrigo, that was another great idea.
That was the first merch idea that you ever had.
I think he deserves it. He'd be cool.
He'll be on here. And then like even like into the snow world, there's countless people that I want to have on here that we've built relationships with. Hudson River Truck and Trailer.
You're there all the time.
They're super close to us. I buy a ton of stuff from them. And the guy, Matt, I'm pretty sure built it from the ground up.
Your video was on in their office that one time.
Matt Canella, the diesel mechanic that works for us. Have him on here. He's the best diesel mechanic I know around here. And he's worked for us. He's not a full-time employee, but he's worked on our trucks for like countless years now. But he was in Hudson River Truck and Trailer buying something, and he sends me a video of my video playing in Hudson River Truck and Trailer's lobby.
Cool. That's so cool.
I didn't even know they played my videos in there. Yeah, it's the coolest thing. So have them on there, and I also have a couple friends that work there. So maybe I could have the owner and a guy in sales, a guy in service, and a guy in the shop all here, and have the four different
opinions on how things go.
Yeah, the four different like views of how it goes day to day.
And then you're also old enough now where a lot of our friends, like we were playing golf with your buddy, and he does cement work on the side.
Brett.
Yeah. So
Brett and his dad owns Putnam Mobile Mix, which is a mobile concrete truck. And I've known Brett's dad longer than I've known Brett just because we've used his dad for concrete.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people that we even know, like our friends that have companies that like you have tons of opportunity for. They might not have worked with you yet.
Yeah.
But there's tons of things out there.
Winter equipment.
Yeah.
Winter equipment is the best snowplow blade. I'll put that on paper any day of the year. They are the best snowplow blade on the market right now.
What makes them different than all the other ones?
Well, it's just a carbide blade that lasts like... We used to do steel cutting edges.
I remember them. Yeah, they'd always break.
They wouldn't break. They would just wear down so fast. We used to do steel cutting edges. Me and Rodrigo were changing cutting edges after every single storm.
That's crazy.
We put a carbide blade on these plows now. We're getting years out of them.
That's insane.
Like legit years.
Well, I remember my truck, every once in a while I'd come in there, they would be worked on.
Yeah.
I thought it was just breaking. I thought I was breaking something.
No, like a regular steel cutting edge, just you'll run through it in like potentially a storm. If you double them up, maybe you get 2 storms. But so Winter Equipment is a very big company. I don't know, like as far as like dollar signs, what they're doing, but they are. If you ask anybody,
reputation-wise, top tier.
If you ask anybody that's in the snow removal industry, they know who Winter Equipment is. Winter Equipment actually found out about my YouTube channel because I've shouted them out just randomly, like, "Oh, new delivery from Winter Equipment.
Yeah.
Let's get this plow blade installed. and they sent me a care package.
That's sick.
Yeah, they sent me this like cooler. It says like winter on it. There's like some hats in it, a shirt, like just
That's
because
sick.
I made videos of it. So I definitely want to talk to them. Construction wise, there's a ton of people in both industries. And then obviously like I want to have Mom on here
Yeah.
and hear her story of this because
Oh God.
I mean
She has the whole story
she has the whole story, and
from the beginning.
from her point of view is probably like drastically different
Oh yeah.
than everybody else.
And she was there at the beginning in the plow truck with Dad, sitting in them when
Yeah.
they're plowing the small lots.
or when you were born, and now all of a sudden she's a mom and Dad has to go to work.
Yeah.
and-
Tons of stuff.
yeah. I mean, and then it just kept
What-
growing and growing. And
So what would be your if you had any guest you could ever get on this?
number one guest right now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a number one guest
Well,
spot right
no,
now.
I'm saying like famous person, like historical person. There's not somebody you're like, I would die to have them on here.
Do you ever hear me talking about celebrities?
If you're talking about like,
You want to know who?
musicians?
You want to? No. Okay. A lot of people who are going to watch this
yeah,
don't even know that side of my life.
I know and
There's
which is
so
funny.
much about me that they don't learn from my YouTube because my YouTube is about this, and this.
It's so funny to me knowing you personally.
I'm way different in
you're-
person than I am on camera.
You're a huge merch guy. You love merch.
Yeah.
And I will watch some of your videos, see you in full merch sometimes.
I was wearing a Deep Dark and Dangerous. I'll give Deep Dark and Dangerous a shout out. They're tied with my top two. They're either one or two for record labels. They might be one right now.
Yeah.
But I actually wear a Deep Dark and Dangerous beanie in almost every single video during the winter. It's the one with the octopus logo on it. If you watch my YouTube, you probably know what I'm talking about. I've had somebody comment on it, and like he said something like, "Oh, I see you in that Deep Dark and Dangerous," and I get hyped when I see that. I'm
That's
like,
what
finally, I found somebody who caught the
in the niche construction site
but
that's also the same.
What is it like when there's something there that only one person's gonna catch? And it's like, oh, did you catch the
Your little Easter egg.
Yeah, Easter egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an Easter egg in my videos just for the people that know.
Well,
Because
it's funny being on my side because I see it all the time, and I'm like,
you
people
can't come into my house and not see it.
No, and people don't know that, like the construction, you never know that, but I see it
Yeah.
all the time. So in my head, I was wondering,
The only way people would think that I'm like in the EDM world, I say EDM as like a very broad,
yeah, you're in the electronic music.
yeah, but more like bass music, dubstep
Yeah.
side of things. The only way you would even put two and two together is because I use one of my best friend's songs in every single video, and I use it because of copyright. And I
Yeah.
don't want to just go on one of those websites that will give you
generic music,
songs that anybody else that's a YouTuber can use.
Yeah, you'll
on
hear your
copyright.
same video.
So I
same
reached
song.
out to Anthony and I said, "Yo, do you mind if I use your songs in my YouTube videos? And I'll shout you out." And at the end of every single one of my videos, it says music by, I think it's Chef Tone. Right?
Yeah, right.
Is
That's what
his producer name.
Listen, he could change it up. He could have he could be a
Oh
Martian.
no, it's Skechers. It's Skechers.
Skechers, yes.
Skechers. Sorry. Yeah.
That's his.
Yeah. I don't even type it anymore. It's just copy and paste. I
Yeah.
put it in every single video, but I use his songs and they're EDM, right? They're electronic music, and
So
that's,
would that be your personal like if you had to pick somebody like you, I'd pick like I don't know who I'd pick to be my number one. If
I think just because this is more social media based,
yeah.
I think it would be. I don't watch anybody that's YouTube and that's doing anything similar to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I don't do it.
Yeah.
Like not because I'm not into it, but because when I first started, I didn't want to be a copycat.
Yeah.
I wanted to do things my own way, and I wanted to. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I only have like 5,000 subs, and I'm absolutely loving it. You know what I mean? Like I have people that comment on my videos that I feel like I know them.
Yeah.
Because it's so small that I see the same names over and over. And
Yeah.
when you comment on it, I know that you watched, if not every video, like probably 95% of my videos.
Yeah.
But something else I'm very into, which I'm kind of not into it right now is cars.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'm very big into the car scene. I don't own a car currently. I sold my last car, and then it's been nice not.
Yeah, it's a
owning
crazy car though. That was a crazy car.
Yeah, we can get into that in a
That thing
different
was-
time.
that thing is
But
nuts.
when I do sit down and watch YouTube, I watch the two people that I put on the most are the Stradman and Daily Driven Exotic.
So that would be probably on your top list of people.
Yeah, but those two are
They're never gonna do it. I'm just saying.
they're unreachable right now.
In a
And
fantasy.
unless this whole podcast thing
Yeah.
levels up, or my YouTube levels up to a certain point, and I could get them, then yeah. But it's like
In my head, I was just wondering, like, in your perfect.
it's like a dream reach.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was looking for.
It would probably be either the Stradman, who's a one person show.
Yeah.
Well, his girlfriend's on like every episode now. She's actually Canadian though, so she's not on every episode because I guess Canadians can only spend a certain amount of time.
They have to go back
in the U.S. per year.
Yeah.
But Daily Driven Exotics is two guys. One of them started it. The other one came on a little bit later. But they're also Canadian.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. So their shops it's in Compton, but it's like right outside LA. So they spend a lot of time in America as well. But yeah, those are the two number one
Dream guests.
dreams, and then third is Seaboys.
Okay.
Seaboys TV. They do. I've been following Seaboys probably longer than I've been following either of the other two channels, and they're like, it's crazy because they're doing stuff that me and you probably were doing
Way back.
when we were I was 10 and you were 14 with quads and snowmobiles.
Well, it's that whole start of the Stoll-N thing. Me and Andrew had Stoll-N Productions and
Yeah.
Flynn Films, and it was us with the $110 handy cam that popped off on the side, and we'd be tying you to the back of a snowmobile with the skis. Just sending you off a ramp.
We would put a rope on the back of the snowmobile with sleds, skis.
Remember the old Forge? We would go off
dude.
at the driving range. We would just drive straight down there and then launch it off that little bank.
Hitting big jumps with snowmobiles, drifting the snowmobiles.
Yeah.
Like that's Seaboys, although they do a lot of like dirt biking.
Yeah, but still,
a
it's
couple
the same,
of them ride
same
quads. Same vibe. They're into cars. One of them has an Evo. They got a couple. They have one Lambo now. Actually, they have two Lambos. They had three.
I
One of
love
them
that we
was a
got your
giveaway.
nerd. We got the little car nerd just started coming out of you.
Yeah. I could do a full episode.
Well,
just on
DDE
cars.
was the only group that you ever showed me that I got hooked on because I love my car, but I'm not like a gearhead. So when I watch them, it tells me more. It teaches me a little bit, but it's more about like the car. It's almost like Fast and the Furious a little bit.
Yeah, DDE is just tapped into the LA car scene.
100%.
And the LA car scene is probably the biggest car scene aside from like Japan.
Yeah.
Like in like we're talking like national
Level.
like people know that this car scene is here. It's probably I don't even know. LA might be the biggest. I have no idea.
Well, think about it. The weather's nice all year long. Like,
Yeah.
it's money. You got tons of money out in that
Yeah.
area, and and a lot of the manufacturers that make some of the craziest cars are out
and,
that way.
And Daily Driven Exotics has the craziest cars.
Yeah,
Like
I've seen some of their. I watch a
they
lot
have
of their videos.
the craziest cars, and they're not afraid to do anything.
No, they do a lot of.
Yeah,
They do
They
a lot
put
of.
nitrous in a minivan.
That's what I'm saying. And even with the really high end cars, they do stuff that the normal person that owns that car is never gonna think that they should do.
Yeah.
like it's so.
Also the one of the coolest things that they did, which I personally think it's cool, is they own the old Hoonigan headquarters. Basically,
That's
I don't know if
sick.
it was the headquarters or what it was.
One of
but-
his office spaces.
but
yeah.
it was where Hoonigan was out of, and that's what the block is.
Yeah.
It's called the block because it was Ken Block.
Yeah. No, that's like,
So they own that building and they use the block to just shred and
Nostalgia.
They have the trailer part off of an 18-wheeler. In the back, they jacked it up a little bit, and I don't know what they put under it, but they raised it up just enough so you can drift your car underneath it.
that's sick.
Yeah. So they're just out there doing cool stuff. Yeah, those would be the three. Seaboys, I think, would be the most relatable.
Yeah,
They actually have their own podcast too, Life Wide Open podcast, and
that's sick.
it's super cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this podcast and you want a cool podcast and you think you would enjoy them, Life Wide Open podcast, go check them out. I think that's probably enough for this episode. It's getting pretty long. It says we've been recording for an hour and 40 minutes.
Doesn't feel like that.
Doesn't feel like it. I don't know at the end of this how long it's actually going to be once I edit it and cut some of the stuff out and like make it
An actual video.
a video or a podcast, whatever it wants to be. But thank you guys for watching. If you watched the whole thing, Chris, thank you for coming on, being my first guest. If this thing ever pops off, I'll give you 1% because you were the first one.
You guys heard that.
It's on video. It might not be. I gotta edit it.
You're gonna cut it right out. I should have brought my own GoPro. I should have my GoPro going.
I think that's it. Everybody, round of applause.
You love the buttons.
I'm gonna have fun with these.
Thanks, everybody.